for round. Back for round 4. Would love to play first. This doesn't seem too bad. Let's see what we're up against. Our opponent says he hasn't had much luck so far. Inquisition, alright. Oh, goodness gracious, it's getting a little loud out there. I'm gonna get Murmuring Bosk to start off with. Well, I could play this Temple Garden and take a point off the Murmuring Bosk. That seems like the best thing. Let's see what we got going on here. This old deck. Alright, let's see here. Creaky Chair. What are we going to take? Probably the Blightning. Seems like the worst card for me. So what do we got? We got Cliffs, Shores, Bolt, Snare. Snare is actually quite terrible against me. I've got one card in the deck that costs 2 mana. Blightning and Duress. Alright, well, it's pretty obvious that I don't care about the Duress. I don't care about the Spell Snare. So it's between Blightning and Lightning Bolt. I think it's Blightning. If he wants to bolt my Viridian Corruptor next turn, that's fine. I'm actually not very excited about him hitting my Dryad Arbor with that bolt, but I'm also not very excited about discarding 2 cards to a Blightning. So we'll take the Blightning here. Alright, take that Shores off the list. And Duress and miss. Ooh! Alright, well, the first thought that came into my head is get some acceleration and cast a Green Sun Zenith for 1, but that's going to turn on that blank old Spell Snare in his hand, so we won't be doing that. We can go get Qasali Pridemage, which I think is better than just playing Viridian Corruptor here. I think. No, it's probably not. It's probably better to Green Sun Zenith for 3 than it is to just randomly get a Pridemage. So we'll play the Corruptor this turn. No targets. Alright, so there's a Dryad Arbor. We'll beat in for 2. Oh, he bolts the Corruptor. I'm actually surprised to see that. Alright, Inquisition. That's going to get our Green Sun again. So he's got Spell Snare and 2 cards in hand. And we're about to rock out this Obstinate to Baloth, unless we draw a land, in which case I'll play the Genesis. Alright, we did draw a land, so yeah, I'll just play the Genesis now. For a Blightning deck such as he is, I would much rather have the Baloth in my hand to a discard effect than the Genesis, of course. They're both not bad to discard, but one is better than the other. How does this work? I'm actually not sure, since that's his ability. Do I just get a free Baloth? You know what? I'm actually going to pause real quick and ask an ORC just to make sure. I think that I just get a free Baloth now, which is funny, but I'll pause real quick and figure it out. All right, so I've got the ORC checking into it for me, but I don't think that I get it since I think I would control the ability if I activated it. That being the case, he's going to keep looking into it for me, and we'll see. Oh, looks like I'm right. All right, that's unfortunate. All right, well, here comes 5 damage. No blocks. Alright, that being the case, we'll just go ahead and cast this guy. And say go. Even though they control the creature, you control the ability. ORC's always here to help. Back to the game. Taking 3. Alright, let's get in there. I almost don't want to play this, but I plan on tech edging him right now. And then if he does ever kill this, you know, that's going to be kind of a bummer. So let's go ahead and get his Crumbling Necropolis. And we'll play Marsh Flats and say go. We're looking pretty good in this one, I would say. And he agrees. Alright, so what are we sideboarding here? Seems like Viridian Corruptor's pretty bad. Seems like most of this is pretty bad. I don't know, maybe I want to cut these and bring in Chalice for 1. No, that seems scummy. We'll just keep going with this plan. I actually probably would rather have an Inquisition than a Thoughtseize. His deck seems pretty low on the curve. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, so we finally drew Birthing Pod, so that's awesome. And we're going to be able to play it turn 2 if we want to. If we Green Sun Zenith on turn 1. Which we are certainly going to do. I mean, worst case scenario is he kills either this or bounces our forest. He's got to have some kind of counter magic. I really don't want to get our Birthing Pod countered, so we'll just attack with the Dryad Arbor this turn, and then we'll Inquisition him to start with. Couple Blood Moons. Okay, well, I guess I'm pretty glad that I have a couple basics in play. Yeah, I guess we'll take a Blood Moon. So he's got island, mountain. Just kidding. That's weird. Huh. Blood Moon. Magnivore. Alright. I know it puts it over. I'm sure. I guess you can't see that. It's probably a little off screen. You can probably see a bit of it. Anyway, it puts it here for you, but with all the plays that continue to get made, it scrolls up and away. So I'd like to have it down here just so I can remember it without having to scroll to try and find it. Surely Blood Moon here, so we'll take that off the list. So is this guy still a 1/1 or what's the gig on that? Oh, and he played the mountain, so we'll get that out of there too. Do I want to take the Magnivore? No, I don't think so. I think I just want to get this Birthing Pod into play. He's got to rip either a mountain last turn or this turn to be able to play the Magnivore anyway. Alright, I have nowhere. That's fine. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll Thoughtseize him. Loaming Shaman is actually going to be surprisingly good. Destroy target land. You can take away my ability to produce green mana. So that sounds scummy. Yeah, I'm actually more afraid of this Melterrain than this Magnivore if he draws a red mana. And he did not. Alright, so he's got Magnivore and a blank in his hand. Oh, Exhaustion looks like what he drew. So he's just got Magnivore. Alright. Well, we'll play our land for the turn and ship it. Alright, so play Precursor Golem, and if he doesn't have the Boomerang, we'll just get rid of the Precursor right away, paying 2 life. Somebody has to pay 2 life instead of green one time, and we'll pay 1. And we'll get rid of this Precursor Golem. We'll go ahead and get Massacre Worm. Doesn't do anything to him right now, but now I've got 3/3s that are much harder for him to deal with. And then, of course, next turn I can always get Elesh Norn and 5/10, 13 him. Of course. There's the mountain. Little bit late. And that will wrap that up. Yeah, sorry if this wasn't the most riveting, but a couple subpar draws from him. I know the feeling for sure. Will allow us to get there with kind of a subpar draw ourselves. But yeah, that's round 3 in the books. Finally got a win. So after our missing the first round and losing a close one, round 2, we're 1-2, 1-1 in games played, 1-2 in the tournament though.